Well, you like the long form video so much that you're back for more. Well, you've come to the right place, my friends. This is my anytime touchdown video, and I've got 8 to 10 plays, maybe 12 to 25 that are dialed up for you that are going to cash you out. Now, before you animals parlay all these together, just know that most of them can be played as straight bets. And every time you add a leg, it lowers your chances of winning. So don't get mad at me if 9 out of 10 hit and tell me, David, I lost on the last leg of your 10-leg degenerate parlay for these touchdowns. You did that to yourselves, you filthy animals. Let's get into some touchdown bets. Now, as you guys can see, I'm going to be using the PropsBot app today because desktop for anybody is for the birds. So we're going over here. We're going to click anytime touchdown. We're going to apply the filter. Now you could sit here and take Jacobs, but Jahmyr Gibbs, Ashton Junty, and Josh Jacobs, put them in a beautiful little parlay, and you're winning, okay? That's as simple as that, okay? What did that take me? 30 seconds for the intro and another 8 seconds to tell you guys how to do this in the app. So 38, 40 seconds, let's call it. Let's round up, traditional rounding rules. That is it. That is all you need to do. There's 3 players that are going to score touchdowns this week, and you can go close your app, bet them on whatever sports book you like, Underdog, whatever have you, and then that's it. Close your app, go about your day, go to your kid's soccer game, go play some video games, go eat dinner, go touch some grass, go exercise, make yourself better, make your life better. Whatever you want to do in that free time is yours because you only spent 38 to 40 seconds in an app, right? Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. I posed this question on X. I said, would you rather find a 1 to 2% edge on a play, or I posed this question to X. I said, would you rather spend an hour searching for a 1 to 2% edge or get like a 15 to 20% edge in 30 to 40 seconds? Well, anybody that has common sense would say that you'd rather spend the lower amount of time because time is the one thing in life you can't buy back, right? So that is my motto. That is PropsBot motto. That is our vision, our mission statement. That is at the core of everything we do. I'm hitting myself so hard in the chest you can hear it. That is at the core of everything we do. It's how can we give you guys winning plays as quick as possible so that you can go out and live your life and win some extra money on the side. And if you can relate to that and that sounds good to you, well, then you're in the right place. Make sure you guys subscribe. Follow me on these channels. Follow me on all the socials. Hop into our community Discord. Say what's up. You're welcome. You're among friends. But now let's dive a little bit deeper, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and loosen up my buttons, baby. Isn't that what the Pussycat Dolls said? Isn't that the group that sang that song? They probably are. I've got plays locked and loaded, I promise, and we're going to look at them right now. All right, one of the guys I like the most this week is on the board already, but I want to talk about him a little bit more. Josh Jacobs in a strong matchup against Carolina, who just gave up 2, maybe 3 rushing touchdowns to James Cook, and then another 1 or 2 on the ground to Josh Allen. Yeah, we're going to Josh Jacobs in a game, tell me if you guys have heard me say this before, where the Green Bay Packers are large favorites, home favorites, even a better spot to attack for running backs, much better to attack for anytime touchdown bets. This is why I'm going with Josh Jacobs, and it's still at an odds. It's still at an odds right now at a minus 150 that you guys can play it as a straight bet. You don't have to parlay it together, you animals. What you can do, though, is you can take Josh Jacobs, and I did this twice last week, and I'll tell you who I did it with in 1 second. You could take Josh Jacobs and parlay that with, let's say, Green Bay minus 2.5. Let's say Green Bay minus 6.5. Let's just say you want a safe one and do Josh Jacobs touchdown safer and the Green Bay Packers to win the game. And now you're looking at maybe minus 110 plus 120 or something like that. That's a great play right there. And who I did it with last week is I did it with the Colts and Jonathan Taylor. I also did it with the minus 6.5, like I told you guys. And then I did it with the Bills, and I did it with James Cook. I was hammering and screaming from the rooftops all week that the Bills were going to win last week. If you guys checked out my other long form video that I post on Monday nights, you guys would have known that I talk about the teams I think that are going to win and also some of the players and angles I think you can attack. Make sure you guys check out those videos. I'm doing long form every Monday and Wednesday now. That's going to be my new schedule. And then shorts videos Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Hope you guys can check them all out. But on that video, I love loved the Bills all week. So I did the Bills and James Cook, and I did Jonathan Taylor and the Colts to win. Then I took some teasers at -6.5 of each, -9.5 each, -2.5 each. Guess what? They all cashed out. My accounts went up like 50% this past weekend because we absolutely went nuclear using nothing more than the confidence score and an easy bet such as this. The next guy I love, Travis Etienne to get a touchdown. He's got a very favorable matchup against the LA Raiders. Now, I love this spot for him as well. You got a road favorite this time, 3-point favorite. I truly think that the Jags should win this game and at least be ahead handedly. I definitely don't see them falling behind so much where it takes Etienne out of the game plan. However, remember, Etienne can catch the ball. The man's got soft golden hands. He could wear those gloves where he goes in and does the white glove test. His hands are magnificent. He can also catch the ball. So even if they do get behind in this game, he's not coming off the field. You're getting the entire game of Etienne. And I'm not a big, huge believer. And I'm not a huge believer in DVP. I think it has a time and a place for it. I think it's a small piece of the puzzle where there's a lot of pieces going into it. You know what solves the 1,000-piece puzzle? The confidence score. It literally looks at over 1,000 data points all in an instant and spits out a score for you so you don't have to. However, and I probably don't like the DVP as much because our confidence score has something that's even better than that, that's similar but better, but similar but better, same but different. Different but same. Same but better. Yes, anyways, Travis Etienne has a good, solid DVP matchup if you are into that sort of thing. Carolina is the 26th worst run defense, allowing touchdowns, yada, yada, yada. I mentioned the bisque. I'm going right down the line here and trusting the confidence score. Who would have thought that the Atlanta Falcons were going to get absolutely blown out at home where they've been a lot better this year? Now I get it. Penix wasn't playing. But if you were going to tell me that Penix wouldn't play and that somebody was going to win by 30 points, I would have thought Atlanta wins by 30 points. I don't care if Penix wasn't playing because Kirk Cousins, at least we thought this version of Kirk Cousins, is no slouch, right? Well, wrong. Anyways, Bijan Robinson finds himself in a good game, albeit as the underdog here against the New England Patriots. The Atlanta Falcons are going to have to lean on their best weapons if they have any chance of winning this game. I like them to be able to move the ball at least effectively enough to get into the red zone, where I think a guy like Bijan has enough talent that even if the odds are stacked against him, even if New England's selling out to stop this guy, he can catch the ball, he can run, they're going to feed him, he's going to get his opportunities, he's going to get his snaps. As you can see right here, he gets his snaps. Now, he didn't have as many last week because they were getting blown out. But if you look at him over the last 20 games or whatever, averages 51 snaps per game. So let's just go over here and assume that he at least gets 50 snaps in this game. He scored in 70% of the games, right? That's something in our app. I don't even know if everybody knew that we had. It's called our advanced features, and you could take a look here. You could look at that. You could look at his rush attempts, and all of that stuff will change the hit rates of the line above. But for the purposes of this, I wanted to see where his snaps are at. That definitely helps me. I don't know if he has any sort of home and away splits. He doesn't seem to. I mean, he has maybe less touchdowns on the road, but that's not anything I don't think that moves the needle enough where I would be worried about it, because I don't think there's anything to Bijan there, or I'm sorry, I don't think there's any. We'll try to reverse that. I don't think there's anything there where Bijan plays better at home. That's maybe more of like a younger quarterback kind of thing, not a freakishly talented running back, all right? He doesn't care whether he's at home, on the road. You know, the guy's just an animal. He's an absolute freak. He's one of the best running backs in the league. So I'm going to bet on a guy like that to score at minus 120 odds, when you usually, or I wouldn't be surprised if in a week or two this is back up to a minus 165 or even higher. Do you guys want wide receivers or tight ends here? Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that yet. I almost had you there. However, if you remember my last touchdown video, if you guys were the lucky enough ones to catch it, who did we have at the wide receiver position last week? I talked about it. I said, you guys just love running backs, right? I was like, running backs are obviously going to score. They score the most often. That's why I have them on these touchdown videos. But then some people, I heard the whispers, I heard the whispers. David's only picking running backs, He's just picking running backs. He's not picking any receivers. He's not picking tight ends. Well, let me tell you. Let me answer those whispers, okay? The fact remains that running backs score touchdowns more frequently definitely than tight ends, and even more so than most wide receivers, or at least they're more reliable, they're more predictable. I want you guys to win. So yes, they are going to be primarily who I pick to score in games. However, last week I said, okay people, okay audience, okay awesome people watching these videos, let me give you a wide receiver who's going to score a touchdown. Do you remember who that was? I think I heard somebody say V or T? T. It was T. T. Higgins. Yes. Thank you that to you in the back there with the red shirt on. T. Higgins, I said, was going to score a touchdown. And what did he do? Person in the red shirt. Yes. Thank you. I see it. You're nodding your head. He did score a touchdown. Of course he did, because I said he was going to. The confidence score he said he was going to. Better yet, the confidence score was all over that. He was the highest rated wide receiver to score a touchdown last weekend. What did he do? He scored a touchdown. So this right now is a running back, but I'm going to give you a tight end or a wide receiver. And when it happens, and when we cash again, you come back and you have to drop me a comment and let me know. I didn't get any comments. Well, I got a few, but I didn't get as many comments as I thought I should have, or as I would have liked to see from the people that I know cashed out on the last week's video on the T. Higgins play. I need comments, people. It boosts the algorithm. I truly, truly appreciate it. I don't want you to think I ever take any of them for granted. I answer all of them, so I'm very grateful. Drop me a comment and let me know if you cashed out with T. Higgins last week, and let me know when we cash out on this one. To be continued. Put my big spiel aside, we're back to a running back. CMC against the Giants. Giants just lost Cam Scatterboo. They lost a little bit of juice. They've got no Malik Neighbors. You know, Jackson Dart's throwing the ball to the defender when he's 10 feet in front of him. I just think San Fran's going to win this game. I know they're a little uncertain at quarterback. I think that might even help CMC. They're going to have to throw him the ball 100 times. CMC is going to come away from this game with 100 touches. He's going to get carries. He's going to get 20 to 25 plus carries. He's going to get 7 to 8 targets in this game, which means he's probably going to have 4 or 5 catches at least. Hint, you can look at his receptions as well, but I also think that means he gets in the end zone. Now, you can't play this as a straight at an odds of minus 195, but you can parlay it with Josh Jacobs, and I think you have a nice little two-man that's going to probably be plus 115, 120 odds, maybe a little bit higher. I like that as a nice little two-man that you can play. CMC is a good bet to get in the end zone this week. I have 2 to 3 more running backs. You want those, or you want the wide receiver? You guys want a wide receiver next? I can do a wide receiver. How about a running back and wide receiver combo on the same team? Is that something you might be interested in? Shout out to anybody who's seen Entourage. Before I give you the running back and wide receiver combo, make sure you guys are downloading PropsBot. Okay, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday the 29th when I'm making this video. Halloween day, which is Friday, October 31st at midnight. The code for the free month will expire. It is expiring. It's going away. I'm pulling the plug on it. I am absolutely deactivating it, okay? 12:01 comes, you're not getting it. I'm looking at you. You're not getting it at 12:01 on Saturday morning. So Friday night, 11:59 p.m., you better be mashing them keys. You better be mashing them buttons and putting in code 25NFL to get yourselves a free month in the app. Because then it's gone. Poof. It's going to be gone. All right. So get yourself a free month. PropsBot.AI. It's in both app stores. If you're on Android, you got to enter the code into the Google Play Store. If you're on Apple, you can enter the code at the subscription screen right within the app. Okay. One last shot at a free month while I look up this play. There it is. Look at these two beauties. Can you see it? The Kyren Williams and Puka Nacua tandem. All right. We're going with them to score touchdowns in this game. They've got an absolute cake matchup against a backup, newly starting quarterback. Spencer Rattler, he's out. He's out. This game is a 13.5-point spread. The Rams are going to be putting some points on the board. Puka's back. He's going to get fed. I like the chances of him breaking away for a touchdown. And Kyren is always a safe bet to get a touchdown. You can see our confidence score loves it too, as both these guys are pegged at 0.45. I've got a lot of data right now that says players that are within this threshold of odds at the wide receiver position, given a confidence score of I think it's like 0.39 or higher, cash out at a 68% win rate. I'm going to be sharing that in the Discord after this video. But these two guys are a great little tandem to score this week. All right. I don't feel like you have to force them into every play. Don't put them into every single parlay, but you wanted a wide receiver. Puka's back. I'm giving you a wide receiver and I'm giving you teammates in tandem here. All right. A little bonus. Like you know, like twins. I was going to say it's like twins. Like you find out that your wife is pregnant. Oh, surprise. It's twins. 2 of them. All right. Twins, Basil. Twins. So 2 of them. Twins on the team, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, both getting in the end zone this week. I know I already asked you guys, but you got to do me a favor. If you've made it this far in the video, you are a fan, right? You are a fan. You are committed. I appreciate you. You are one of the most important people that I have ever not met, but I appreciate you. I need your support. I can't stress it enough. Drop me a comment. Let me know you're here. I get all these views every week and very little comments at times. I need to know you guys are here. Let me know who's here. Let me say what's up to you. Let me tell you thank you. Let me tell you how much I appreciate you. Drop me a comment. Ask me a question. Talk about the weather. I don't care. I don't care. I'll talk about it all with you guys. All right? I just want to know who's here, who's watching this video, and I want to connect with you and say what's up, say hello. Thank you guys for following this channel. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel, for liking the video, and most importantly, maybe not most importantly, but also very importantly, dropping me a comment and download PropsBot in both app stores. This guy is a little risky. If I told you a guy was going to score a touchdown with the name of Chase, you'd probably go Jamar, right? Rightfully so. You'd probably go Jamar. However, not that he's a bad option, because he's not. He's a great option. But there's a little bit of uncertainty with Joe Flacco this week, all right? He's got shoulder soreness. Allegedly, it's not an AC sprain. Allegedly. It makes me ever so slightly nervous, okay? I think Chase Brown is a little bit more quarterback proof in the sense that he can still have a good game and cash us out. Even if Joe Flacco comes into the game a little banged up, you know, he's doing one of these as he's warming up, kind of giving it like this, right? He's gonna be like this, Joe Flacco. You know, if you see one of those from Joe Flacco or your starting quarterback, you're a little nervous. You know who was doing that last week? Carson Wentz was like, and they kept him in and just let him keep getting pummeled. But you never want to see that face from your quarterback. So Joe Flacco, not exactly a spring chicken, has some shoulder soreness, hopefully not the AC joint, because he's been absolutely fantastic for Jamar Chase. But I think that Chase Brown is a little bit more matchup proof here, a little bit more quarterback proof. I know he hadn't scored a touchdown in a couple of weeks, and he came out with 2 last week. I like his odds of getting in the end zone this week, and I also like that you're getting better odds on this play than you would on the Jamar Chase play. You're getting this at a plus 115. I think that's a really solid value here for this play. Our confidence score likes it. I'm rolling out Chase Brown this week. Another guy I'm going back to the well on that has disappointed us and probably you on this stream at a different time this season is Ashton Junty. The talent is there. I'm taking both running backs in this matchup. I don't think the defenses are very good on either one of these teams. I think he's got an opportunity to score this week. I don't have a ton that I'm going to sell you on because it doesn't feel good. I'm going to sell you on the fact that the confidence score has crammed thousands of data points and it likes it, gives it a 0.51, which is a pretty high confidence score. And the fact that you can get a starting running back who's going to be getting a lot of snaps and a lot of touches. All right. It's going to be getting a lot of snaps and a lot of touches as a true bell cow. I like his chances of him, and the talent is there of getting into the end zone here. I know their line isn't great. It doesn't feel great. I'm not going to lie to you and say it feels great. Obviously, I could sit up here and tell you to play Jonathan Taylor. Of course you should play Jonathan Taylor. I'm wearing the hat, for God's sakes. You don't need me to tell you to play Jonathan Taylor. I might sometimes, but I'll probably tell you to play his first half touchdown like we did last week. That's another one. If you guys cashed out the first half Jonathan Taylor touchdown, it was very amiable odds. Minus 135, baby. Whereas his normal touchdown bet was like a minus 300. You're not playing that. You can play a minus 135. And shout out to your boy for giving that to you, because that's another one we did last week. So I think Ashton Junty, you got to remember, considering the odds, considering the confidence score, game script, factors, defense he's going up against, 1,000 data points, I'm Ryan with Ashton Junty and the Confidence Score here. Listen, this video tonight just felt easy to make. It felt free-flowing. It was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far, again, I said it earlier, I really mean it. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. But if you made it this far, you got to do me a favor. You have to have smashed the subscribe button. You had to have dropped us a like. You had to leave a comment, or you have to leave a comment if you didn't already. And if you watched this long, you must like me enough to at least do me one more solid favor. I'm asking a lot of you, I know. But download PropsBot, leave us a review, check out the app, completely free, 25 NFL if you haven't already. Reach out to me in the Discord. Let's connect. Let's say what's up. Let me tell you the best way that users are using the app and finding massive success using the Confidence Score and the Confidence Score alone. And enjoy the rest of your day, your week, your month, your year, and your life, because you don't have to spend hours in front of a screen. I know you're already spending too much time in front of a screen. I don't want to be a reason beyond these videos. I don't want to be a reason that you're spending more time in another app, combing through bits of data, looking at spreadsheets or anything. Let me just feed you the plays every single day using our Confidence Score. Have a great night, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. What a freaking intro. Just absolutely nailed that intro.